What was that? Oh god. I just did like a fucking Houdini act all of a sudden. Oh god. OBS is trying to get me in. Oh man. Okay. Hello. There's really no way to recover from that. Oh god. See, this is what happens when you this is what happens when OBS sees what you used to look like. But oh god, there's a cat looking at me right now. Okay, let's see here. Move this over. This is actually stuff I should have done before I started going. And then, alright, it's really hard to see the Mario hat. Whatever, you can see the Mario hat or not. So, hello everybody. Good morning. I am NikoTheLegend, and this is the Niko Show, where once again, a bit behind on releasing a Niko Show episode. But there's been a lot of stuff happening. I do have a logical excuse. See, I still use the word excuse. Before I go into that, there is no, I'm not using the chat box. Well, you guys can use the chat box, but I am not, because this is the platform is just me going through the news and stuff and just getting through it. But you guys can leave what you want to think and talk about, discuss in the comments section. So by all means, go at it. But yeah, I started to do it this way for the podcast, talk shows, whatever you want to call it. Just because I just want to get through the segments and say my piece. And if you guys want to ever talk about it, if I ever do another Niko show, we can talk, or not another Niko show. If I do any hangout sessions, or if you're in the Discord server, if we're just streaming, if you want to talk about something like that, then that's the best way to do it, to reach me. Or you can go on my Twitter and be triggered the whole time, but that's fine. So, enough about that. Like I said, I hope you guys are doing okay. We got some okay things to talk about today. It wasn't too many good things to really talk about in the video game industry. Where'd that cat go? But there was still something. So we'll try to make it to an hour. If not, that's fine. It's all good. I'll just be a lazy game designer or something. Be like, we'll release it weekly patches to fix what this show lacks for free. But so let's get into the IRL stuff. I just got certified with Ace Fitness, or whatever. Yeah, Ace Fitness, which is just top of the line, #1 accrediting company to certify you in personal training. So I got certified a few days ago, 4 days ago actually, which is kind of crazy how it's already been 4 days. And I finally passed the exam for the 4th time. So I'm happy to finally be done taking these tests and studying for it and all that. Although I did learn a lot while preparing to do all these tests, retakes, and all that. So it's pretty good. So what's next for? I thought I had a sneeze coming. What's next for Niko? Well, I'm talking to a head trainer right now, and she's gonna be at the gym I want to work at, and we're working out a good meetup time to get this squared away and get me a job already. But I'll still be working at the other job, so I'll have 2 jobs, making some dough. So that's what's happening with that. My birthday is on October 13th. I'm gonna be talking about my birthday quite a bit because I'm really conceited. Doing a nice little extravaganza for Niko on my birthday. Gonna have a cookout and probably have a LAN party, or maybe play Super Mario Party if I get it by then. So that's gonna be exciting. Yep, I'm gonna have some friends over. Deal's gonna be the George Foreman of the white folk, and that's gonna be nice. I volunteered him to be the cook. He's also the project director and CEO of all cookouts. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be nice, right, kitty? I scared the shit out of my cat. What is wrong with you? Well, the cat's going to fucking kill me in my sleep now. Okay, so that's what's happening in the IRL stuff. Yeah, I'm very, very happy that I'm done. I am a, fitness certified pleb. So I'm excited to do that. And you know what? Now that the studying's all over, I can go back to writing again. Yeah, once you get the crunch time taking a test, you really don't focus on anything else besides streaming and then studying, And then, working a little bit here and there. You always got time for streaming, right? Oh, the hiccup. Oh, gosh. Those Oreo O's are really coming back at me. All right, what I'm playing in video games today. If you're following me on Twitch, I have been streaming A Hat in Time, which is a really, really nice 3D platformer. Really good game. Really good. I recommend anybody that has the platforming or 3D platforming crave to get A Hat in Time. It's really good. Still playing Dragon Quest XI. I did beat it about half a week ago. But there's some crazy endgame stuff going on right now, so my journey isn't done, I guess. So I've been playing that. So, what I've been really excited for is Mega Man 11 coming out in a couple days, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to be probably getting the Amiibo edition for the Switch, thanks to deals. Little nice birthday gift. Birthday donation. And yes, I will be having a premiere stream for it on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I hope you guys come by to check it out. And I hope you get it for any Mega Man fans out there, because I think it's going to be a good game. And I'm going to be having two special guests. I'll have Dr. DeCesso and David Deal, hopefully. Yeah, so that's what's happening Tuesday. So that's really it happening in the gaming verse that's coming out. What I'm doing right now. So let's get on with the gaming news. I don't know my cat. My cat likes to be kind of like a shithead when I'm in this chair. He just doesn't know what to do. I think it's because he lays down in this chair quite a bit. So when he sees me in it, he doesn't know what to do. It's like his whole schedule is routine. Yeah, he can't sit still. He's got way too much energy. That's what happens when you have young animals. They just don't know how to fucking sit still. For the most part. Okay, see, you can see him in the background a little bit. Little cat butt. Yep, this cat butt. Okay, so let's get on with the gaming news. Alright, yes, like I said, there wasn't too much to find entirely. But it'll get the job done, so quit your bitching. Alright, so let's go to the first one. Alright, yes, IGN. Woo! I'm lazy. Alright, so this is about PlayStation PSX convention not happening this year, but maybe that's a good thing for PlayStation. IGN says no PSX this year bums us out, but maybe the best move in the long run. So I will chime in my thoughts and opinions as we do this. And like I said, I got obviously the chat running, but I can't see it because I did that on purpose. So if you do want to say something, by all means, keep commenting and all that. But I'm not going to be able to see it because I'm just getting through these news articles and stuff and doing my bit. And like I said, if you have anything you want to talk about, you can just watch the streams, other streams, talk about it on Discord, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. The links are below. Okay, so back to it. Alright, for the last several years, PlayStation has found a way to continue the conference hype of E3, Paris Games Week, and TGS months after the fact, with PlayStation Experience serving as another home for big reveals. And while the confirmation that there will be no PSX 18 is a bummer for PlayStation fans, oh my god, I just lost where I was at. Okay, myself included, Sony's behavior over the last year is indicative of the fact that they don't need PSX to deliver important news or celebrate big releases. While PSX allows fans to come together and demo tons of upcoming and recently released PlayStation games, its place as a centerpiece for your entire PlayStation community is waning, given Sony's recent strategy and last year's underwhelming show. That bad, huh? PlayStation PSX 2016 opened with the announcement of Uncharted Lost Legacy before its release and closed with the room-shattering debut of The Last of Us Part 2. These announcements capped a year of reveals: Death Stranding, Marvel's Spider-Man, Days Gone, God of War among them. There's arguably no better year of announcements this generation than PlayStation's 2016, which painted what Sony's landscape for likely the rest of the PlayStation 4's life would look like. Because that year included so many debuts, subsequent shows couldn't quite live up to the expectations. PSX 2017 didn't have the same waterfall of jaw-dropping announcements. The opening show keynote highlighted big Sony marquee games, but almost everything, save for Concrete Genie and a Medieval remake, was already a known quantity. Really? Yeah, we all knew it was well known. And like, I knew this was gonna happen. Save for oh yeah. The pacing felt off like it was filling for time, subsequent panels retread familiar territory. Following the huge slate of announcements from combined showings at Paris Games Week 2017 and this year's subdued E3, Sony has had to largely rely on showcasing the game's stable of titles. And not having yet another showcase before these games launch is the best thing Sony could do right now to not overplay its upcoming titles. There's no need to stretch productions thin, and we've already seen plenty of The Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding, Days Gone, and Dreams Trotting them all out again to show, and possibly spoil fascinating parts of these games could lead to more fatigue than excitement. Sony's behavior over the last year is indicative of the fact that they don't need PSX to deliver important news. God of War's release date was announced in a blog post in January, and Spider-Man's date similarly debuted in April. More recently, most of the world got the TGS announcement of the PlayStation Classic. From Twitter, Sony has found success in offering some of the biggest games individual spotlights throughout the year, allowing them not to just dominate the discussion 2 days out of the year, but a dozen. It's a shame that to not have the end of year experience to look forward to, but we still have the Game Awards. Oh boy, that's so fun. And whatever PlayStation has to come in 2019 and beyond, we'll likely find out when it's ready to be revealed. Not just when Sony has rented out an Anaheim Conference Center. Okay, well, good news to me, because like I agree everything what this guy said. We don't want any like fatigue of these games being shown. Kind of like how Kingdom Hearts is now. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 is kind of getting like overkill with how much it's showing. And because before they would show the same crap, the same trailers, the same gameplay for like a whole year, and then they finally are like, okay, let's start showing all this other shit, and then they start spoiling all the other worlds you get to go to in Kingdom Hearts and what it's showing. I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna watch any more footage of this game, really. So yeah, it's you definitely don't want to do that as a company, especially because in E3 they like showcase a ton of first-party Sony games that are coming out. They did like a whole presentation for, which I thought was cool. Some people thought it was like kind of awkward and a strange experience. I'm like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just Sony being Sony. Sony's always been fucking weird. Remember their PlayStation 3 advertisements with a crying baby? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, yeah, it's great. Be patient. You know, sure you want to show more people your game, but at the same time, if you show too much, there's really not much excitement to be had. And I think Sony's pretty good about that. I mean, I own a PS4 myself. I haven't gotten the new Spider-Man. Like I said, I've been playing Dragon Quest XI. But I do have God of War, and that game is amazing, and I beat it, of course. And that's a game that, you know, they were showcasing back in the day, and you know, and I think they played their marketing card right. Just like how Spider-Man sold like 3.3 million copies in about 3 days. So there's nothing, you know, there's nothing wrong with being, you know, showing a little patience, and it really does the trick, whether you believe it or not. So, yeah, and by the way, I never watched these PSX conference shows anyway, so no skin off my back. No skin off my teeth. All right, so let's go to the next one. Now, this one's a little interesting. This one's picking up some light, you know. Yeah, let's start talking about The Witcher. This is a very interesting game. Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales inherits all the best parts of The Witcher 3. Thronebreaker, yes, another IGN title article. The last one. Thronebreaker is a lovingly crafted and remarkably detailed RPG made by the same people who made The Witcher 3. It began life as little more than a single-player mode for Gwent. CD Projekt Red standalone PvP spin-off. of the card game from The Witcher 3, but it's grown far past those roots, and you wouldn't know it's a spin-off of a spin-off while playing it. I went hands-on the first 2.5 hours this week, and it feels like nothing short of a full-fledged Witcher RPG. The major difference is that instead of having action RPG combat where you fight monsters in real time, you're playing a card game. Oh boy. I'm sure a lot of people have stopped reading right there, but yeah, the guy knew. But Thronebreaker's captivating story and fantastic writing and voiceovers make it a game every Witcher fan should be excited for. Simply put, this is way more than just a card game. I took command of Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia, as she led her forces across her war-torn kingdom. And on that journey, I talked to peasants and soldiers, and all fully voiced, and many with branching dialogue paths that let you express what kind of ruler you want to be, whether that's merciful and kind or strict and forceful. CD Projekt Red told me there's actually more dialogue in Thronebreaker than the entire Hearts of Stone expansion for The Witcher 3, and everything I heard at the same level of fidelity too. Its characters are expressive and complex, and I can't wait to see where their stories go. Thronebreaker is set before the first Witcher game, so you don't need knowledge of the others to get into it, but it's still a story that feels rooted into that lore and the world around it. It's also a story that knows you're probably here because of The Witcher 3 and pokes a little fun at that throughout, making sly remarks about Rivia or Witchers in general. And as every good RPG should have, there's a whole lot of optional stuff to do here. Kitty's gone. For example, in the gameplay video at the top of the page, I rushed into a fight where reinforcements ended up arriving halfway through. Had I explored more, I could have intercepted those reinforcements early and prevented them from showing up later. Thronebreaker has all of the favorite parts of The Witcher 3, even if it doesn't have the same combat. That is, of course, the biggest difference. Queen Meve isn't hunting monsters, she's commanding an army, which in this case is represented by a deck of cards. It is an interesting way to present the card game structure, though of course it's not quite as exciting as an actual battle. It also allows for a super cool camp mechanic, which is sort of like Heroes of Might and Magic City Builder. You can upgrade parts of your camp, use your resources to recruit new soldiers, which is actually getting new cars, and you go to Camp Pub to have branching conversations. You can... The cat's being stupid. You can also look at all sorts of little lore elements like letters and other papers you receive. Thankfully, Gwent is also just a very fun game, and a lot of changes that have made for Thronebreaker make it even better than the PvP version. Not playing against other humans actually frees the core mechanics up to be significantly more entertaining, as they aren't restricted to being balanced or fair. I played plenty of asymmetrical fights and faced enemies with strange cars or overpowered units that were a fun challenge to figure out how to beat. Playing against preset AI opponents like this actually felt like a more complex and refined version of Gwent from The Witcher 3, rather than just an added single-player mode for the multiplayer game. There are also interesting puzzle levels to encounter, like one where I had to quell a group of rioting townsfolk in a single turn as they constantly healed. These challenges break up the longer, more standard matches and keep things fresh, especially when they are also draped in extra flavor. So, let's see here. Witcher Tales may have a big challenge to overcome in convincing people that it's more than just a Gwent mode, but if you're a fan of Witcher 3 or RPGs in general, then it's undoubtedly a game to keep your eye on. It may not have the same core gameplay mechanics, but it's still a lovingly crafted and remarkably detailed RPG made by the same people who made The Witcher 3. And boy, does that show. You know what? I agree. This is a game that I think will be good. Now, will it be a game that I might play? Or while I play? I don't know. Probably not. Because I don't really care for card games that much, unless it's like, you know, Magic the Gathering or something. But, I mean, Gwent is fun. I mean, I'm glad they actually have card games in games. I wish they had Wicked Grace in Dragon Age, which would have been really cool. But, you know, I'm glad Elder Scrolls has a card game. I'm glad Witcher does. I'm glad that Final Fantasy IX has Tetramaster. I'm glad, you know, it's pure Pizzak from Knights of the Republic. I do like that, because it does do a good job exploring the lore of the game. Kind of dives in to see what people do on their pastime. And usually games that have card games like that are in games that do really well. So it's interesting, you know. And yeah, you can have, rest assured that you can have faith in CD Projekt Red making this a good game while we're waiting for maybe Witcher 4 or Cyberpunk. Oh, that's coming out. I know you guys are really excited to see that. And I think it's neat to see a different perspective, a different part of the story, to add something to it, And plus, we're getting a Witcher TV show, so this is it's gonna be nice. I don't know when it comes out though, but when it does, and I think there will be a lot of people playing this game, especially a lot of people who do play Gwent competitively or something, or maybe they just want more bang for their buck or something. But anyway, that's pretty exciting. Yeah, CD Projekt Red doesn't bullshit when it makes games. It's not EA or something or Activision. Oh, easy. Easy, Nico. I actually like EA. EA makes good titles. Okay. Here's an interesting one. Video games are a viable career path. Whoa, hold on. People are finally realizing that video games are maybe not about supposed gun violence and decrepit people, people dying and shooting up places? What? There's actual positive news about video games in the media? Whoa. Oh, but it says by Catherine Little. Opinion. I don't know what that means. Is that her last name? Or is she just stating the obvious or something? I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, we got to see Ninja, of course. The guy who's skinnier than his own nose. The October issue of ESPN Magazine features a gamer for the first time. Adults should take note and use... How long is this fucking article about? Okay, good. Should take note and use it as a conversation starter with their own aspiring gamers. Video games can open a viable career path. Whoa! Like, what is a video game? Oh, geez, what did it take to do it? Oh, geez, had a bunch of people work together in a company to make video games. But this might be talking about just the gamer aspect. Kitty's on the move, I guess. Okay. So, worldwide, gaming is a big and growing industry. Yeah, it's been doing that apparently for the last 20 years, hasn't it? The Business Times recently cited figures showing that viewership for competitive video game events such as League of Legends traditional sporting events such as the NBA Finals. They aren't quite as Super Bowl levels yet, but there's no reason to think they won't get there. Earlier in September, Sportsnet.ca reported that former Canadian Olympic Committee CEO Chris Overhaul has decided to head up the new Toronto Overwatch League franchise. His decision was based on his assessment of the potential of the gaming industry and its fans. The report quoted Overholt explaining the kids who play these games and the young people enjoy them the way they do. They see the skills same way as DeMar DeRozan grabbing a defensive rebound, don't know who that is, streaking down the court and slamming the ball over two guys. Kids who watch and respect the players, they still see the skills as the same. Last fall, an article in the Financial Post cited data from the Entertainment Software Association of Canada indicating game companies contribute $3.7 billion to our country's GDP annually, an increase from $3 billion report in 2015. From the $3 billion. Okay. All right. So, let's see. The gamer on the cover of the ESPN magazine is known as Tyler Ninja Blevins. I've never heard of him, but when I mentioned the article of my video game playing 16-year-old, there was an instant name recognition. The article that accompanies the cover describes the 27-year-old's career path and, more importantly, his typical day. The story reports that Blevins compares himself to the owner of a small business. The only product is Ninja. He weighs every decision to leave his computer to travel to a celebrity-heavy event like the Pro Am in Los Angeles, or even to visit family against the financial repercussions. The article goes into depth. Blevins has the second highest number of Fortnite wins, earns an estimated $300,000 per month, and has 3.29 million Twitter followers. Jesus Christ. He also live streams his games approximately 12 hours per day, 6 or 7 days a week. His only vacation in the last 8 years was his honeymoon. Jess, his wife, acts as his manager. He worries he may have peaked. Just as most basketball players will not be the next DeMar DeRozan, most video gamers will not be the next Ninja. However, just as playing basketball can help young people develop transferable skills, video games can do the same. There's also a myriad related employment opportunities in the larger industry. Ninja's ESPN cover stories an opportunity for parents, teachers, and other adults skeptical of video games to look at them from a different perspective and start a conversation. Well, yeah, you can just blame the media for saying video games are bad because they, the left really like to just shut down everything that's positive in this world, like, guns, good guys with guns taking down bad guys with guns, but they have to refer it back to video games because it's like, oh, guns are bad. Oh, wait, why are guns being bad? Oh, because video games are bad. Oh, video games and guns are just bad. They don't want to dig anything deeper than that. It's actually the person playing the fucking game that's bad. The guy who purchases a gun who's bad. The bad guy from the beginning. I mean, this isn't rocket science. Jesus Christ. I mean, I bet you if you actually follow the breadcrumb trails, you lead back that it's not, there's a source of the evil. It's not like the person is born with a gun or a video game disorder or something and he's just an evil bastard right away, right? Right? That's how it worked with Hitler, right? So anyway, yeah, like I said, like the left media really likes to shut down and just put the blame on things the easy way, and they don't really want to do their research. So, think what you want of video game violence. I mean, because when I go to a LAN party, I just want to just blow everybody up after having such a good time. I just want to go to these parties and just shoot everybody up or something, I mean, have you seen what these kids look like that actually shoot up these clubs or these people, what they look like, or Madden tournaments or your clubs or your whatever? They look pretty unhappy to begin with. So I'm pretty sure video games aren't doing it. Maybe they're the effect because it kind of gives them like a general idea of how to perform something. But they're definitely not the cause, okay? Because a video game is a video game. It's an inanimate fucking object, okay? It's not like these video game developers are putting messages in the game and be like, yes, shoot up school. Unless you're like that game that was all about shooting up a school, which was really fucking stupid of them to do. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making that, because I don't know who on earth would play a game shooting up a school. But you know what? If you do it if you're only doing it in the video game, then it's better than doing it in real life. So there you go. Fake lives matter, and then real lives matter. Versus. But anyway, so yes, video games should be getting the light of day because they're really good pastime. They're fun to do. So many people come together and work on these video games more than like a company comes together and works on developing a new pill for you to pop in for your Medicare to pay. Trust me, there's a lot of fucking people that make these video games, and they're works of art. Now, whether you believe that or not, that's a fucking problem for you, because guess what? There's artists, there's musicians, there's programmers, there's all these different designers coming under one roof to make a video game into one package, digital package, disc package, that. So, yeah, for people who doubt the capabilities that video games is a career path, just get the stick out of your ass, okay? Just because your parents didn't let you play video games doesn't mean it's okay for you to be so neglectful for your kid. But you'll give your kid a cell phone when he's 5 years old and let him just waste his life away because you're too busy not raising him. So you wonder where those slots are filled in with that information about shooting up people or something? That's because your lack of parenting there, people. Your lack of parenting. You can be your kid could become like Ninja and make millions of dollars, thousands of dollars a month to a year. But what do I know, right? I'm just a gamer. I'm just a gamer who's wearing a Mario hat and a Blink shirt. How about that? Okay, so that's enough about that. I can go on forever. All right, speaking of Fortnite and making money and gamers, here's another story. Oh, how an Iowa video game nerd, at least they're honest, makes up to $500,000 a year playing Fortnite. Oh, did you hear that? $500,000 playing Fortnite? Ooh, is that like 4 times the amount you make, or maybe 10 times that you ever make in your entire life? Ooh, how is this nerd making more money than a nurse or paramedic or, you know, half the fucking what the country makes at a blue collar job. How is he doing this? Is it because he's a nerd, or is it because he's a nerd and he's good at this game and he's actually doing something with his life? Oh, geez, I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? So, all right, hold on. Let me bring this closer. All right, hold on a second. I'm trying to bring this image closer to the screen. There we go. Small text they use. Hold on a second. Okay, so Nick Overton, a YouTuber and professional video gamer from Des Moines, talks about how he turned a hobby into a career. What do you do for a living? A man asked Nick Overton at a bar. The Des Moines man answered that he plays video games. I think they call that being unemployed, the other man joked. That's called being unemployed because you play video games. And there's what, that's just what the media feeds you these days. Bullshit. Little did this buzz stranger know that the 27-year-old man in front of him did not live in his mother's basement, perhaps the oldest outdated stereotype about gamers. And he definitely didn't know he was speaking with an online celebrity of sorts, someone who sometimes gets stops for autographs and selfies at local Target. With an annual income up to $500,000, the popular YouTuber, Twitch streamer, and professional video game competitor is living the career that teens dream of around the globe, and he's doing it from the comfort of his own Iowa home. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's some facts. I love to hear the facts, the statistics. Let's see. Overton earns more than 97% of Iowans. Okay. Let me just read that again. Remember what I was talking about before? Overton earns more than 97% of Iowans. 97%. Anyway, but the humble man with a boyish grin and a deep voice made for broadcast still drives the same car he did in high school, and he hates being called a celebrity, citing the thousands of YouTube personalities who have more subscribers than he does. He's aware of how quickly everything can fall apart because it took nearly his lifetime to make it all happen. Yes, well, I would be hate calling a celebrity too, because there's this image that paints on you, that, I mean, I'm sure he didn't even really plan on getting this popular when it comes to gaming, but yeah, being called a celebrity is, kind of makes things a little too dangerous. Your image, the fear of walking out of your house and having some type of photographer take a picture of you and your cellulite and be like, oh no, this person's gained weight. This person's starving himself. Who's this other lady? Stuff like that. Yeah, that type of celebrity crap. That's stuff that can be really annoying. But whatever makes them sleep at night, right? At 12 years old, Overton was face to face with a child's nightmare. His dad had just sold his Xbox and his accompanying games. Why do parents think this is the right thing to do? It's so fucking stupid. From the age of 4, Overton had a fascination with video games. Hey, just like me. His father worked in technology, so gadgets and electronics were nothing new to his family. When he was 6, he got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas. Hey, just like me. An exuberant moment captured by camcorder. He, his siblings, and even his father were absorbed into the worlds of Super Mario 64, Super Smash Bros., Star Fox, and Pokemon Stadium. So you can imagine Overton's fury when he returned home from the Johnston to learn his Xbox was gone. My parents did not like me playing back then. They thought I played too much, didn't focus on school enough. Overton, I freaked out. I was so mad at them. For 2 years, he didn't play video games. He was involved in other activities like hockey, soccer, football, and fishing. And like many other Iowans, he got his school permit at 14 and went to work a part-time job at a doll's grocery store. Through his job, Overton saved enough money to get an Xbox 360. Hey, the second generation of Microsoft's game consoles. When he brought it home, his dad was furious, but Overton pointed out he purchased it with his own money. The best advice he gave me is, if you're going to do this, you need to find a way to make money from it. Because for some reason, you have to do that. He took the challenge seriously. When he lost online, he would study the outcome and practice the skills he lacked. Between the first 2 Halo first-person shooter games, he put in at least equivalent of 250 days of gameplay. While some students at the University of Iowa relished the party atmosphere and bar scene, Overton joked he did nothing for fun as he pursued his undergraduate journalism degree in Iowa City. It could suck at times, but that's how it works. You need to dedicate a lot of time to make something happen, because if you don't, someone else will, especially with YouTube and streaming. Yes, that's true. Before going to the University of Iowa, Overton spent time working for Justin.tv, now known as the Amazon-owned live streaming service Twitch. He'd helped the company decide who should become partners, broadcasters that could make advertising revenues off their streams. On his own, he streamed his Call of Duty gameplay and uploaded videos to his YouTube channel, I'm Marksman. Though having a steady job seemed sensible, what he really wanted to do was focus on content creation, like a human being should do. So when his year-long contract was up with StreamUp, he decided to take the controller in his own hands. I made more money streaming and doing YouTube than working for them, no question. Overton said, "I don't have an answer to anyone but myself, and it was a lot nicer and more appealing to me." Of course. That's it is the most appealing thing ever. The everyday life of a professional gamer and streamer. The alarm buzzes at 3 a.m. That means it's time to make a video. Once a week, when Fortnite releases a patch, Overton wakes up while everyone else sleeps and makes a video detailing the software updates to the game. It is a necessity, he said, even though he goes to sleep at midnight. It helps get my channel name out there more. When it's not a patch day, Overton wakes up around 9 a.m. and immediately starts by talking to his teammates and answering emails. He was recently hired by Counter Logic Gaming, an esports organization, to play Fortnite. The new gig comes with a salary, a 401k, and medical benefits. There are practices during when he plays Fortnite with other professional gamers. He works on his video around noon. Will have finished by 3 p.m. The video goes live at 7 p.m. and he streams on Twitch between 5 to 10 p.m. It's 5 hours, guys. He streams for 5 hours, unlike Ninja, who streams for 12 hours. But Ninja definitely has more of a, how do I say it? He has more of a reputation to live up to, I guess. He needs more hours. He streams and chats with his viewers through a microphone every day. A webcam shows his face alongside the game he's playing, complete with animated expressions and rage when he gets killed in a game. Most of his friends he met online. The schedule of a professional gamer doesn't make much time for him to go out, particularly with the late hours. But every night he's socializing with thousands of people on the internet, many of them who just came to see him. I don't go out with friends ever, Overton said. I'm streaming every day. Okay, but gaming in Iowa? Once the YouTubers or gamers reach a professional and profitable level, their next goal is typically the same. Move to Los Angeles. Ugh, fuck that. That state sucks. That's like the left-wing beehive of all time. It's where most major esports and game companies are located. Los Angeles has 331 gaming companies operating within city limits, according to Commercial Observer and Real Estate News site. But for Overton, Iowa is where it's at, bro. Other Iowans can make professional gaming a career from their hometowns too, they said, as long as they have decent internet speed. The cost of it is low. Purchase a console and a video game. Both can endure thousands of hours of play. Tournaments are mostly online. It's about putting the practice in and being willing to take the time to improve gameplay. It's a way nicer place to live. I like the seasons. I like that people are pretty overall nice. I like a much quieter place to live. Hey, you know what? I can respect a guy like that. That's a guy that's in control of his own destiny. I really like that about this guy already. And he looks like a pretty nice kid. You know, if he wants to make 6 figures a year, fucking let him make 6 figures a year. Jesus Christ, people. This is what happens when you take something away from somebody. You strengthen their resolve tenfold. That's what happens. But also, it's also possible to strengthen someone's resolve because you can still add challenges without taking shit away. But it depends. Depends on the situation, of course. Over the summer, Overton and a partner playing in a tournament known as the Summer Skirmish won $12.5 thousand each for placing fourth. Okay. Right now, he's competing in the Fortnite Fall Skirmish tournament with $10 million in prize money up for grabs over the 6-week event. Through Fortnite tournaments, he's won $35,000 so far. Combined that with his salary he gets from his team, he monetized YouTube account and his Twitch stream, his monetized. He makes between $300,000 to $500,000 a year. That number fluctuates higher and lower though because of tournament winnings and with something as finicky as YouTube and staying relevant. Yes, YouTube is the most finicky fucking company out there. He estimates he invests about 8% of his income. Overton has over 930K YouTube subscribers and over 3.5 million views on his Twitch stream, which is very impressive, by the way. Okay, so we get the idea. All right, anyway. This is a pretty long article, but not to ruin your limelight, my friend. But I do get the idea. So this is somebody who didn't give up because his parents were like complete shitbags to him, and they took away his console, like his pride and joy. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna take the one thing that makes your kid happy, and it's not drugs or alcohol. It's a fucking video game. Like, good lord. But they did raise him right on getting a job, I guess, because he got a job, made some money, bought his own stuff, and then he earned it. He earned it himself. But I'm sure he was pretty much capable of that anyway. If he had that motivation to begin with. Sometimes it just takes a little push and a little unfairness to go a long way. I mean, that's what makes a good leader. Oh, right, Kitty. Hello, you're on TV now. Hi, my name's Nimble, and I like licking butts, my own ass. Sorry, Kitty. So, he's just... So, yeah, this is great. This is really great. Like I said, he's not killing anyone. Physically, literally. Does he look like he's going to murder somebody? Does he look like he's going to blow up a building or shoot up a club or something? Does he look like he's going to get pissed when he loses at a Madden tournament? No, he doesn't. Get off. Get it. So, yeah. This is, and he's not, and Ninja and this guy aren't the only ones. These are just one of the more notable approaches. But there are a lot of people that make a ton of money from making video games and playing video games. I mean, holy crap. So, you guys need to get off your high horse and actually give video games benefit of the doubt finally. And you know what? Like I said, what's wrong for someone making money and doing what they love most in life? Like, I think that's all that matters. I mean, I get it that his dad didn't want him to... It's like, if you're going to play this, you better make some money off of it. But I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, well, I'm sure he already knew that he wanted to do that to begin with. But although challenge accepted, I'm pretty sure it would have happened either way. Because he's been already playing it and dedicated himself by getting an Xbox to begin with. And, it just takes... All it takes is just one thing, One little spark. So, now that the guy makes more money than we ever will in a lifetime, well... As of right now, yeah, it's I like these types of stories when people are just automatically stereotyping gamers as just like low lifes, like the bottom of the lowest common denominator, for some weird reason. But like I said, that's the left wing media for you, really bringing people down, making them feel like shit and picking on people, and they don't. The left wing media doesn't pay for it. They just whatever makes the news, right? So. Good job, Mr. Overton. If there's anybody else who wants to pursue a video game career, yeah, you do have to put the hours into it. You do have to be good at playing the game that you want to be, to make money off of. I guess if you want to start a YouTube channel, but as I said, YouTube is a little finicky. Twitch might be your best opportunity because you can actually get money early. You can get donations. You can stream a lot of hours. You don't have to have like 100,000 subscribers to actually make an okay living from YouTube. Twitch, you can make an okay living from the get-go if you play your cards right. If you become partnered or a very high affiliated streamer, if you get enough donations and stuff, you can make things work that way. Anyway, so yeah, good job, man. I hate how he's playing Fortnite because Fortnite is like, ugh, it's a pretty AZ game. But we'll see what happens when Black Ops 4 comes out. And we'll see what big-time stories there will be for kids making a ton of money and playing Call of Duty Blackout. So, still, you can't deny success and progress. So, good job, sir. Sir, Mr. From Iowa, of all places. And this guy, like I said, this guy's staying in Iowa. And he's like, fuck going to Los Angeles. I do things my way. That's a good leader right there. Rising up from the crowd, baby. Okay. So, the last article, and this is like such a hush-hush thing. Such an easy article, but I don't care. All right, so this is just top 10 video games we can't wait to escape with this fall. So it's just something to go by real quick as the last article. Petting my cat's head right now, sorry. Okay. All right, number 10, Black Ops 4. Not getting. Darksiders 3. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I'd have to play the first and second one, which they do. It's being sold like dirt cheap like all the time, so it's not a big deal. Reign of Thrones. Meh. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Maybe. It's a pretty interesting Switch game. Star Fox is in it. Just Cause 4. Nope. Hitman 2. Nope. Fallout 76. Maybe. Still, the jury's still out on that one. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh, fuck yes, I would love to get this. Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks so awesome! Anybody who's watching, birthday gift, Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Super Mario Party. Bring it on. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, be getting that for sure. Red Dead Redemption 2. Still the jury's... The jury's still out on that one. You want to know why? Because it's going to come out for PC like 6 months later or so, half a year later, and then I would have been pissed. I'd be pissed. Because you know it's going to look the best on PC. And this game online? Hell yeah! You know how many people are going to be streaming this fucking game? Oh my lord. And playing this game, making content for it, it's going to be ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, so the Super Mario Party's not on there, sadly. But this is an opinionated list, of course. So let's share the love. Okay, so those are some games. So Mega Man 11's coming out Tuesday. Remember that, and I'm going to be premiere streaming that game. I do want to get Red Dead Redemption eventually. I do want Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Super Mario Party. And then Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's gonna be a pretty good end of the year thing. And you know what? I get to enjoy my end of the year without having to worry about studying for the ACE exam anymore and taking any kind of test, because that stage is over. I can't wait to be making more money so I can actually afford these games and afford getting a Switch. And it's gonna be really awesome. I can't wait to get that extra buck. And yeah, talking about the personal training certification, if you're just joining in. Gonna be getting that job at a gym, so it's gonna be nice training people. And then I'll be having 2 jobs I'll be dealing with. Nothing wrong with that. I'll still have a lot of free time. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this. This was pretty nice. Like I said, it has been a little bit, but like I've been going through hell and back. With the whole studying for the exam, so I'm glad that's over. So we'll be able to do these NIKO shows a lot more efficiently. You know, it's still once a week type thing, but yeah, some of these have been coming out like 2.5 weeks later. So I do apologize about that. And you do miss a lot of news in the 2 weeks. Like I could have talked about how Telltale's got shut down and all that, and people bitching and moaning about it, but it's over and done with. It's yesterday's news. And, you know, rip Telltales. You did make some good games. But, like I said, if you did like what you saw today, please follow me, NikoTheLegend, on Twitch, and check me out on YouTube and Discord if you want to be further into the gaming, the NIKO community. And then you check me out on Twitter and be triggered by the controversial political stuff I follow. But you know what? That's enter at your own risk. So anyway, take care, folks.